This is Mental Forge, where weakness burns and warriors are built. Say this to yourself for 21 days straight. Imagine waking up each morning with an unbreakable sense of purpose, standing taller, thinking sharper, and moving through your day as if every cell in your body is magnetized for success. What if the words you repeat to yourself just a handful of minutes, every day, for 21 days could rewire your mind so deeply that even your most stubborn fears dissolve, your doubts evaporate, and your best self wakes up for good? Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you truly examined the story you tell yourself, the relentless loop of sentences, images, and beliefs that run in the background of your mind? Think about this. Every historic titan, from Henry Ford to Marcus Aurelius, from Thomas Edison to Abraham Lincoln, shaped their destinies not just by what they did, but by the narrative they commanded within. That inner dialogue? It was their secret weapon. Today, I am handing you the same weapon. Not a sword, but a phrase. Not a shield, but a mental blueprint. Say this to yourself for 21 days straight, and you will activate the same force that built empires, launched revolutions, and created fortunes from thin air. The promise is simple, but profound. If you commit, truly commit, to this daily ritual, you will walk away with a belief system that is unshakable, a self-image that is bulletproof, and a mind that is magnetized to attract wealth, power, and purpose. You will become fearless in the face of uncertainty, decisive and focused even when the world is noisy, and anchored in an identity that cannot be shaken by circumstance. Why 21 days? Because science and timeless wisdom agree. Repetition carves new grooves in the mind. Napoleon Hill, in Think and Grow Rich, showed that the subconscious mind responds to repeated commands, just as Thomas Edison proved through 10,000 experiments that persistence rewires reality itself. James Allen wrote, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." The words you plant today are the roots of your destiny tomorrow. Here is what we are going to do together in this journey. First, I will reveal the phrase that has changed lives for generations. Then, we will break down exactly why it works, drawing from the greatest minds in history and the latest insights in psychology. You will hear real storiesmen and women who transformed poverty into abundance, who conquered fear with faith, who rewrote their life's script by commanding their inner voice. Most importantly, I will give you the step-by-step formula to make this shift permanent, so you do not just feel inspired for a few minutes, but you live transformed for a lifetime. If this resonates with you and you want more life-changing content like this, make sure to subscribe. The journey we are about to take is not for the faint of heart only, for those who are hungry for transformation, ready to take command of their destiny, and bold enough to believe that words can shape worlds. Let us begin by examining the power of self-talk. Psychologists today echo what sages have said for centuries. Your internal dialogue is destiny's architect. The words you whisper to yourself are not just thoughts, they are blueprints. Say, "I am unstoppable," and you begin to gather proof of your own power. Say, "I always fail," and your mind obliges, delivering circumstances to fulfill that prophecy. This is not magic, it is mechanics of the mind. The brain, as modern neuroscience shows, is always rewiring itself. Neuroplasticity. The more you repeat a thought, the deeper the groove it carves in your psyche. Wallace Wattles, author of The Science of Getting Rich, insisted that wealth is not accidental, but an effect of thinking in a certain way. It begins with a phrase, a belief, a decision to command your thoughts. Let me connect you to a story. Henry Ford, born poor, uneducated, dismissed by many, held a belief so strong that when asked if he could build a V8 engine, he simply said, "Construct it anyway." When his engineers insisted it was impossible, Ford repeated, "Produce it anyway." Month after month, his unwavering command became their reality, not because of genius, but because of persistent, focused, repeated belief. This is what I am inviting you to claim today. The phrase you will say for 21 days is more than affirmation, it is an activation. It is a direct command that bypasses your conscious resistance and goes straight to the command center of your subconscious. It is the same principle that Napoleon Hill taught his readers, that Bob Proctor delivered to millions, and that Tony Robbins uses to awaken the giant within. What is this phrase? Stay with me, because before I hand it to you, you must understand it is not the words alone that hold the power. It is your belief, your emotion, and your relentless repetition that unlocks the treasure. Just as Andrew Carnegie built an empire on a single burning desire, you must bring fire to these words. Here is the outline of what is coming next. First, you'll discover the wealth code phrase and the psychology behind it. We will break it down, line by line, so it seeps deep into your identity. Next, you will hear stories of transformation real people who rewired their beliefs and rewrote their lives. Then, you'll receive the daily ritual, the step-by-step action plan to install this mental software. And finally, you'll be challenged, called higher, and given the tools to make this transformation permanent. Before we continue with this powerful principle, take a moment to subscribe for more transformational insights. This is exactly why thousands of subscribers keep coming back for more. If you're ready to join them, hit that subscribe button, and let's take command of your destiny together. Are you ready? Because the next word you speak could be the first note in a new symphony of success. Let's go. Now, you are about to receive the phrase. The phrase you will say to yourself for 21 days straight. It is deceptively simple, yet it contains the distilled wisdom of centuries, the secret of every self-made titan, the hidden engine of every breakthrough in history. Here it is. I am a decisive, disciplined creator. I think with clarity, act with courage, and attract abundance through focused intention. Every day, in every way, I become more confident, more powerful, and more unstoppable. Let those words settle in your mind. Speak them aloud, slowly, with conviction. Notice how your body reacts. There is a subtle shift, a spark of energy, a glimpse of the person you are becoming. Let us break down the architecture of this phrase and why it works. First, I am a decisive, disciplined creator. Think about the lives of Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Andrew Carnegie. What set them apart was not just their talent, but their willingness to decide, to commit, and to persist when others hesitated. Henry Ford once said, "Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right." Edison, whose inventions changed the world, failed thousands of times but never doubted his power to create. Their success began with a decision, a declaration of identity. When you say, "I am a decisive, disciplined creator," you claim the same identity. You tell your subconscious that you are no longer a passive observer, but the architect of your life. Second, I think with clarity, act with courage, and attract abundance through focused intention. This is the formula for wealth-building acumen. Clarity of thought, courageous action, and intention that is laser-focused. Napoleon Hill, in Think and Grow Rich, made it clear, riches begin with definite purpose, fueled by burning desire and unwavering intention. Andrew Carnegie amassed his fortune not by accident, but by setting clear goals and moving toward them with relentless persistence. When you train your mind to focus, to act boldly, and to expect abundance, you align yourself with the universal laws of success. Third, every day, in every way, I become more confident, more powerful, and more unstoppable. This is the principle of progressive improvement, a cornerstone of all personal mastery. Earl Nightingale called it the strangest secret: we become what we think about. James Allen wrote, "You are today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you." By affirming daily growth, you set your mind on an upward spiral. Confidence fuels power, power fuels action, and action makes you unstoppable. Now, let's anchor this in psychological science. Modern research shows us that our brains operate like a thermostat. The subconscious mind regulates your beliefs, habits, and actions to match the set point you program through repetition. Joseph Murphy, in The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, demonstrated that repeated affirmations, spoken with emotion, bypass conscious resistance and rewire the deepest circuits of your being. Imagine your mind as a garden. For years, you may have let weeds of doubt and fear grow unchecked. Now, you are planting a new seed, a seed of identity, courage, and abundance. But like any gardener knows, a new seed needs sunlight, water, and time. 21 days is the cycle that allows this phrase to take root, to outgrow the weeds, and to bear fruit. Practical application: how to use the phrase. Here's your daily ritual, your step-by-step method for maximum impact. First, Find a quiet space. Stand or sit tall, shoulders back. Chin up. Your posture signals to your mind that something important is happening. Next, close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Feel the air, fill your lungs, the energy awaken in your body. Then, speak the phrase aloud, with conviction. I am a decisive, disciplined creator. I think with clarity, act with courage, and attract abundance through focused intention. Every day, in every way, I become more confident, more powerful, and more unstoppable. Repeat the phrase at least 10 times. Each time, visualize yourself as the person described: decisive, disciplined, courageous, abundant. Imagine the feelings, the sights, the sounds of your best self in action. Finish by writing the phrase in a journal. This activates your reticular activating system, the brain's filter for opportunity and evidence. As you write, your subconscious scans the world for proof that your new identity is real. Reinforcement technique: the power of mini victories. Every time you act in alignment with the phrase, making a bold decision, showing discipline, thinking with clarity, pause and acknowledge yourself. Say, "That's who I am." This small act locks in the new identity, making it more real with every repetition. Modern connection: how this works today. In our world of constant noise and distraction, the ability to focus your intention and command your inner dialogue is more valuable than ever. Social media, news, and negativity bombard your mind with doubt and comparison. Most people drift, waiting for life to change. But you are taking command. You are building a mind that is immune to fear, tuned for opportunity, and wired for wealth. As Bob Proctor said, "You were born rich." The only thing standing between you and abundance is the story you tell yourself. And starting today, you are rewriting that story, one phrase, one day, one victory at a time. This is exactly why thousands of subscribers keep coming back for more. If you're ready to join them, hit that subscribe button and ensure you never miss content that could transform your destiny. Let's move deeper. Next, we'll see how this phrase reshaped the lives of actual historical giants and how you can use the same principles to conquer your greatest obstacles. Now, let us step into the lives of those who used the very principles hidden within our phrase to transform not only their circumstances, but the world itself. These are not tales of luck or chance. They are blueprints proven and repeatable, showing that the words you speak to yourself become the foundation of your destiny. Let's begin with Thomas Edison, a man whose story is etched into the bedrock of human achievement. Born into poverty, homeschooled, and dismissed by teachers as addled, Edison's early environment was not promising. Yet inside, a different narrative was running, one crafted by his mother's faith and his own relentless self-talk. When he set out to invent the electric light, he was told by experts and engineersmen with far more education and experience that it was impossible. 10,000 failed experiments later, Edison simply said, "I have not failed. I have found 10,000 ways that do not work." Imagine the words running in his mind every morning. "I am a creator. I persist. I am more powerful than any obstacle." He repeated this inner command until the world changed to match his vision. This was not just stubbornness. It was the disciplined repetition of a belief, forged in the fires of adversity. What can you take from Edison's story? That the words you speak in your darkest moments matter most. When setbacks come, and they will, the phrase you repeat becomes your shield and your sword. When you say, "I am a decisive, disciplined creator," you are echoing the very script that carried Edison to victory. Now, let us move to Abraham Lincoln, a figure who stands as a monument to resilience and purpose. Lincoln's journey was marked by devastating losses, election defeats, the death of loved ones, crippling depression. Yet at each crossroads, he spoke a new truth into his soul. "This too shall pass. I am called to a higher purpose." Lincoln's internal dialogue was not always positive, but it was purposeful. He anchored his identity in something larger than circumstance. "I am a leader. I will not be moved." Through repetition, he turned tragedy into triumph, leading a nation through its darkest hour. What lesson does Lincoln offer? That your self-talk must be anchored in your highest values. When you repeat, "I think with clarity, act with courage, and attract abundance through focused intention," You are claiming the same mental discipline that guided Lincoln through chaos and into history. Consider now the story of Andrew Carnegie, the steel magnate who arrived in America as a penniless immigrant. Carnegie's mind was a furnace of ambition, stoked daily by his own affirmations. He believed, anything the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This became the guiding mantra not only for him, but for Napoleon Hill, whom Carnegie mentored and whose book, Think and Grow Rich, distilled this philosophy for generations. Carnegie's ritual was simple. Every morning, he would remind himself of his purpose, his power, and his destiny, until opportunity itself bent in his direction. What does Carnegie's story teach us? That abundance is not reserved for the privileged. It is the birthright of anyone who will dare to speak a new reality into existence, day after day, until the world takes notice. Let's connect these stories to modern psychological science. The common thread among these titans is not luck, nor genius, but the deliberate and consistent use of self-talk to program their subconscious minds. In today's language, this is called auto-suggestion, a term Napoleon Hill used to describe the process of influencing your subconscious through repeated, emotionally charged statements. Research in neuroscience confirms this. When you repeat a phrase with belief and emotion, you activate the brain's reticular activating system, RAS. The RAS acts like a filter, tuning your attention to opportunities, people, and resources that align with your dominant thoughts. This is why, when you buy a red car, suddenly you see red cars everywhere. When you tell yourself, I am a decisive, disciplined creator, your mind starts scanning for proof moments when you are, indeed, decisive and disciplined. Over time, the evidence piles up, and what began as a phrase becomes your reality. Practical application. Modern rituals for mental mastery. To anchor this truth in your life, let's add a layer to your daily ritual. After speaking your phrase aloud and writing it in your journal, take one more step. List 3 ways you acted decisively, showed discipline, or created abundance in the last 24 hours. No matter how small a choice, a task completed, a courageous conversation, this trains your mind to look for evidence, reinforcing the new identity at a subconscious level. If you struggle to find examples at first, do not worry. The act of searching is itself powerful. The more you look, the more you will find. Over 21 days, these micro-victories stack up, rewiring your self-image from the inside out. Reinforcement technique, visualization, and identity anchoring. Spend 2 minutes each day visualizing yourself as the person described in your phrase. See yourself making bold decisions, displaying discipline, and attracting abundance. Feel the emotions, confidence, pride, excitement. This emotional charge is the glue that binds the new belief to your subconscious, making it stick. As you move through your day, create an anchor to reinforce your new identity. It could be a gesture touching your heart, clenching your fist, or standing tall. Each time you do this, silently repeat a line from your phrase, I am a decisive, disciplined creator. Over time, this physical anchor will evoke the emotion and power of your affirmation, even in moments of stress. Modern connection. Overcoming today's challenges. In the digital age, we are bombarded by negativity, comparison, and distraction like never before. Social media algorithms are designed to trigger fear, envy, and doubt. Most people are trapped in a cycle of reactive thinking, responding to the world rather than creating it. But you are not most people. You are building mental armor. You are programming your mind to filter out the noise and focus on your purpose. By using this phrase every day, you are not just speaking words, you are installing new software into the operating system of your mind. You are making yourself immune to negativity, resilient to setbacks, and magnetic to opportunity. Let's pause for a moment. Reflect on the stories of Edison, Lincoln, and Carnegie. See how each of them, in their darkest moments, used the power of repeated self-talk to rise above circumstance. Ask yourself, what story have I been telling myself? What phrase has been running my life up to now? And what new reality will I create, starting today? Before we move to the next segment, remember, if this resonates with you and you want more life-changing content like this, make sure to subscribe. This is your daily dose of mental mastery, and you deserve to have it on demand. Next, we will dive deeper into the psychology of belief. We will break down why some people's affirmations never work and how to ensure your phrase becomes a permanent part of your identity. You are already on the path. Now, let's make your progress unstoppable. Why do some people repeat affirmations for years with little to show for it, while others see their entire lives transformed in a matter of weeks? The answer is found in the meeting ground of ancient wisdom and modern psychology: belief, emotion, and repetition. Let us break this down so you can use your phrase with precision and power. First, understand this universal law. Your subconscious mind is the soil. Your beliefs are the seeds. Your daily words are the water and sunlight. The subconscious does not judge or filter. It simply accepts what is repeated, especially when charged with emotion. This was the core message behind Joseph Murphy's The Power of Your Subconscious Mind and Charles Haanel's The Master Key System. Both showed that your inner world, when programmed intentionally, bears fruit in your outer world. Inevitably, but here is where most people go wrong. They repeat words they do not believe. They say, "I am wealthy," while feeling anxious about bills. They declare, "I am confident," while doubting every decision. The subconscious sees through this contradiction. It does not respond to empty phrases. It responds to belief and emotional certainty. How do you bridge the gap between words and belief? Begin with truth. If your mind rebels at, "I am unstoppable," start with, "I am becoming more unstoppable every day." This opens the door to belief. The phrase you have been given today is carefully constructed for this reason. Every day, in every way, I become more confident, more powerful, and more unstoppable. It acknowledges growth. It aligns with your brain's natural tendency to believe in progress. Let us look at a modern example. Consider the story of John D. Rockefeller. Born to a poor family, his father was a wandering salesman who often disappeared. Yet, young John repeated a simple mantra taught by his mother: "Willful waste makes woeful want." He began saving, investing, and visualizing himself as a steward of great resources. Every coin he saved reinforced his new identity. Over time, this self-talk became so deeply rooted that, even as he amassed vast wealth, he remained grounded, strategic, and generous. Rockefeller's belief in stewardship, discipline, and purpose was not a one-time declaration, it was a daily ritual, reinforced by action. The neuroscience of lasting change. When you repeat your phrase with intention and emotion, several things happen in your brain. Your prefrontal cortex, the decision-making center, activates, focusing attention on your desired outcome. Your limbic system, the emotional brain, charges the phrase with feeling, making it memorable and meaningful. Most importantly, your basal ganglia habit center begins to automate the new belief. Over 21 days, neural pathways strengthen, and your new identity becomes your default setting. This is not theory. It is proven science. Studies show that repeated, emotionally charged statements rewire the brain through a process called Hebbian learning. Neurons that fire together, wire together. The more you say, feel, and act in alignment with your phrase, the more it becomes who you are. Practical application, emotional amplification, and habit stacking. To ensure your phrase takes root, add these steps to your daily ritual. 1. Emotional amplification. Before speaking your phrase, recall a moment in your life when you felt truly powerful, confident, or successful. Relive it with all your senses: what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt. As the emotion rises, speak your phrase aloud. This links your new identity to a proven feeling, making it real and believable. 2. Habit stacking. Attach your phrase to an existing habit: brushing your teeth, making coffee, or getting dressed. Each time you perform the habit, repeat your phrase. Habit stacking leverages your brain's natural tendency to automate routines, making your new self-talk effortless and consistent. 3. Identity declaration. Throughout the day, when faced with a decision or a challenge, pause and ask, "What would a decisive, disciplined creator do right now?" Then act accordingly, even in small ways. This consistent alignment between thought and action accelerates the installation of your new identity. Reinforcement technique, environmental cues. Surround yourself with reminders of your phrase and your new identity. Write your phrase on sticky notes and place them on your mirror, computer, or phone. Use digital reminder sound alarm that says, "I am a decisive, disciplined creator." The more you see, hear, and speak your phrase, the faster it becomes your reality. Modern connection. The power of community and accountability. In today's world, isolation and distraction are the enemies of transformation. But you can harness the power of community by sharing your journey. Find an accountability partner, friend, mentor, or online group. Share your phrase, your commitment, and your daily progress. Research shows that public declaration multiplies belief and follow-through. When others witness your growth, your subconscious receives reinforcement. This is who I am. This is what I do. The Strangest Secret and the Wealthy Mindset. Recall Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret. You become what you think about most of the time. The wealthy, the bold, the world changers, they do not entertain thoughts of failure or lack. They guard their minds, nourish their beliefs, and speak only what they want to see manifest. You are now doing the same. Each time you repeat your phrase, you are not just speaking. Hope you are issuing a command to your subconscious, reshaping your beliefs, and attracting wealth in every sense: financial, emotional, and spiritual. Let's pause and solidify this lesson. Take a deep breath. Feel the certainty rising within you. This is not temporary motivation. It is permanent transformation, built on timeless wisdom and modern science. You are walking the same path as Edison, Lincoln, Carnegie, and Rockefeller. Before we continue, let this truth sink in. You are no longer a product of your past. You are the architect of your future. You are a decisive, disciplined creator. You think with clarity, act with courage, and attract abundance through focused intention. Every day, in every way, you become more confident, more powerful, and more unstoppable. Let's move forward. In the next segment, you will learn advanced reinforcement techniques and how to bulletproof your confidence against setbacks, critics, and your own doubts. You will step into the arena of the greats and discover how to make your new identity unbreakable. Are you ready to continue? Let's go even deeper into the mechanics of unstoppable confidence and wealth attraction. Now you are beginning to feel a shift not just in your thoughts, but in your very being. Yet, as you step forward on this path, life will test your resolve. Doubts will whisper. Old patterns will tug at your sleeve. The world will challenge your new story. This is the moment when most people falter. But you are about to learn the tools to bulletproof your confidence and make your wealth-attracting mindset unbreakable. Let's start with the principle of perseverance. Consider Winston Churchill, who stared down defeat after defeat in his early political career. He was ridiculed, dismissed, and nearly erased from public life. But Churchill repeated to himself, "Never, never, never give up." When the world plunged into darkness, his unyielding inner command became the beacon for an entire nation. His personal mantra was not mere wordsit, was a shield against despair, a sword to cut through fear. Churchill's story is a reminder that persistence, rooted in self-talk, is the key to resilience. The psychology of setbacks. Modern psychology teaches us that setbacks are not signals to stop, but invitations to deepen our self-mastery. When you encounter resistance, your subconscious mind is simply testing the strength of your new identity. Will you revert to old scripts, or will you reaffirm your new story? Here's how you turn setbacks into springboards. 1. Reframe every obstacle. When something does not go your way, immediately say, "This is making me stronger. I am learning, adapting, and becoming more unstoppable." This reframing technique, drawn from the stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, turns every challenge into fuel for growth. 2. Celebrate micro wins. Every time you act in alignment with your phrase, no matter how small, celebrate it. Say to yourself, "That's who I am." This celebration releases dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, reinforcing your new identity at a biological level. 3. Install the 3 R's of reinforcement. Repeat, record, and reflect. Repeat your phrase throughout the day. Record your wins and lessons in your journal. Reflect each evening on how you lived your new identity. This cycle of repetition, recording, and reflection is the engine of lasting change. Bulletproofing your confidence. True confidence is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. The most successful people in history, Theodore Roosevelt, Mahatma Gandhi, Leonardo da Vinci, faced immense uncertainty, but they did not let fear dictate their story. Gandhi, for instance, was plagued by shyness and doubt as a young man, but through daily discipline and self-command, he became a force that moved nations. His mantra? Strength does not come from physical capacity, it comes from an indomitable will. You now have the same power. Every day, as you repeat your phrase, you are developing mental muscle. You are training your mind to trust itself, to act in spite of fear, to persist until success is inevitable. Wealth attraction, strategic thinking, and the wealth mindset. Wealth, in every sense, is not about luck or chance. It is about strategy, belief, and daily action. Robert Kiyosaki, in Rich Dad Poor Dad, revealed that the difference between the wealthy and the struggling is not intelligence, but mindset. The wealthy see opportunity where others see risk. They ask, "How can I?" instead of "Can I?" Your phrase is your gateway to this mindset. Practical application, the wealth magnet ritual. Each morning, after repeating your phrase, ask yourself 3 powerful questions. 1. What opportunities are before me today? 2. How can I serve, create, or add value in every interaction? 3. What bold action will I take to move closer to my vision? Write your answers. Take action, no matter how small. This daily practice wires your brain for strategic thinking, value creation, and courageous action, the true drivers of wealth. Reinforcement technique. The abundance anchor. Carry a small object, a coin, stone, or symbol that reminds you of abundance. Each time you touch it, repeat a line from your phrase, "I attract abundance," through focused intention. Let this anchor pull your attention to possibility, even in moments of doubt or distraction. Modern connection. Wealth in the digital age. Today, opportunities for wealth are everywhere for those who are mentally prepared. The digital economy rewards creators, problem solvers, and those with an unbreakable mindset. Your phrase is not just about money. It is about attracting the relationships, resources, and ideas that propel you forward. When you program your mind for abundance, you become a magnet for partnerships, innovation, and prosperity. The legacy of unstoppable identity. Now, let's look at the story of Benjamin Franklin. Born the 15th child of a poor family, Franklin transformed himself through deliberate self-mastery. He crafted a list of 13 virtues and reviewed them daily. Each morning he asked, "What good shall I do this day?" Franklin's relentless self-instruction made him an inventor, a statesman, and a founding father. His story is a living testament. The person you become in private shapes what you achieve in public. You are now creating your own legacy. By saying your phrase for 21 days straight, you are not just changing your mind, you are changing your future, your family, and perhaps the world. Let's review your reinforcement toolkit. Daily phrase ritual. Speak, write, and visualize your phrase every morning. Micro-win celebration. Celebrate every act of decisiveness, discipline, and creation. 3 R's. Repeat, record, reflect every day. Wealth magnet questions. Identify opportunity, value, and bold action. Abundance anchor. Use a physical reminder to reinforce your wealth mindset. Environmental cues. Surround yourself with your phrase and reminders of your new identity. Community declaration. Share your journey and progress for accountability. Armed with these tools, you are now prepared to accelerate your transformation with bold, immediate action. In the next video, you will learn how to take 3 decisive steps today. Shift your mindset on the spot and lock in your new identity for life. Champions, your mind has been forged a little stronger today, but the real test isn't what you learned, it's what you do with it. Take action, dominate your day, and remember, we're not just building better thoughts, we're forging unstoppable lives. The forge doesn't stop, and neither do you. If this episode hit you where it counts, subscribe to Mental Forge Academy and join the Brotherhood of Champions who refuse to settle for ordinary. Go transform, strike while the mind is hot.